Ben,
Yes,
what should we do for a video this week?
I've been thinking about that. This should be what Australians do best.
There are some things that Australia really does best, and here are 7 of those things. Number 1 is the healthcare. I really can't think of anywhere else that does healthcare like Australia.
Recently, some friends of ours came over for a visit and they was astonished by how quick the medical system was. They even managed to get a same-day doctor appointment.
And then when she went to the appointment, she was in and out. She'd gone to her doctor's appointment, got a blood test next door, and got a prescription from the chemist, all within 20 minutes. She couldn't believe it, and to be honest, we've never seen a country that does it quite like that either. Obviously, this is possibly not in every place in Australia, especially if you go rural, but certainly where we are, the majority of pathology places are pretty close to the doctors, and you can usually walk in. You know, there might be certain things that you can't just walk into, such as a CT scan, but the majority of testing you can get pretty quickly. However Australia is managing this, they're doing it really well. I honestly can't think of another country where you get the kind of service and it's a public medical system. I mean, tell us if we're wrong, put it in the comments, we'd love to know, but we don't know of anywhere that does better healthcare than Australia on a public system.
Good on you, Australia.
Number 2 is the pay. So Australians are paid incredibly well, and I know that a few of you have commented in the past that Australian prices are high and so it doesn't really make much difference, but actually
Australia pay a fair living wage.
I do think that after pay, Australians do have some money generally left over for lifestyle, and although you might not think it's a lot if you're from Australia, I feel that a lot of Australians get a better standard of living and lifestyle than in many other countries. I think Australia are doing it very well. Number 3 is the coffee.
We don't even drink coffee, but even we know Australians do it best. It's brought into their lives quite an early age. I see a lot of school kids, like high school kids, they're actually drinking coffee already.
They actually sell it to them in the schools.
I think Australians would actually admit that they are coffee snobs.
If you're used to Australian coffee, then to go and drink coffee elsewhere, you'd probably turn your nose up. Even as non-coffee drinkers, we are well aware that the Australian coffee standards are high. Number 4 is Aussie friendliness and service. We are really impressed by it. So you go into somewhere and people are smiling, people are friendly, people welcome you, they want you to be there. I mean, obviously this isn't the case in every single place. You're always going to get a rogue employee somewhere, or owner somewhere, but as an overall general thing, we think that Australia does it best. We've not been anywhere friendlier. Probably the friendliest place we've ever been.
But there is one cafe which is very famous to be very rude in Brisbane.
Oh, is that in Brisbane?
It's in one of the Westfields.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. I actually saw someone took their
Do you want to say the name of it? I
granddad.
can't think.
I don't know the name of it.
Karen's Restaurant.
That's it.
You've got to be a Karen. When you go there, they just insult you constantly and try and throw you out, give you really bad service, but it's part of the theme.
Yeah.
It's a Karen.
And people take their family members there and record it for a giggle. Number 5 is that so many areas here get to retain their identity. Everywhere is not the same in Australia, and all of these individual towns and individual beautiful suburbs, they've all got their own personality. Even the different cities, it's not like it's all just become the same. I think where a lot of places in the world have got more built up, they've lost a lot of that character and charm because everything's become a bit samey, whereas Australia's really managed to retain it in many of their towns. Even the various cities within Australia, they've all retained a character of their own, and there's a big difference between every city within Australia. Anywho, so that makes Australia really special because, as we've said in previous videos, you can go to all these different places and you're going to have a different experience everywhere you go because they've kept their identity.
So number 6 is the artisan culture. Australians love beautiful handmade crafts, and over here they're very, very good at it.
And the great thing is about these, the artisan culture here, is that it is supported by all of these markets that we have. So it's a perfect environment for artisans to thrive. Number 7.
We counted.
I missed my fingers. Number 7 is that the Australians have the chance to kickstart themselves financially. So one of the incredible things here is that there are jobs that you can go to. So either FIFO, which is like fly in, fly out, or you can go and work in the middle of nowhere and you get paid a really high wage. That might not be something you can continue long term, but it gives a lot of young people a kickstart to getting a deposit together for a house, or, you know, anything that you need, the money for, you get that chance to do it. And as I said, it's not something that everybody can do long term, and certainly maybe not when you've got a family. Some people do, but it's a great opportunity for people to kickstart their savings and their finances.
I know a lot of guys that have started their careers out going to the mine. While they're away working, then they're just putting that money away because the mines are actually paying for all their food and lodgings. So they're just putting money away constantly, and like Maz said, they get paid a decent wage. Sometimes you don't even have to have experience in what you're doing.
It might even be that you're a cook or a chef, and you know, and again, they pay you good rates because you're having to work in the middle of nowhere. And it doesn't matter what your background is, where you come from. Every Australian has that opportunity to get out and really kickstart themselves financially.
So, wait, stop.
If you hear lots of huffing and puffing on this video,
It's not just me.
it's not us.
It's the dogs.
They're running around.
I'll do my fingers differently. Look, there, 7.
So cool, Ben. So cool.
Maths.
Hashtag. So weird.
If you do want to go for a really bad experience, go there.
We haven't been.
No. I probably will do, because I like to take this Karen.
I'm not a Karen.
This flower looks like it's like a headpiece.
Pretty.
Yeah, I've got a bonnet. No plugs, I'm not being induced.
Yeah, we've not actually
induced.
been.
Said I'm not
What
being,
is wrong with you?
I'm not well,
Oh
I've
yeah,
got
you've
COVID.
got COVID. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check this one out.
That's me. I'll hold it.
We'll see you next week.